What's up, guys? Hey, it is the the predictions video for SummerSlam 2022. Just a quick update, if you haven't been paying attention. Today is Wednesday, July 27th, I do believe. Yep, July 27th. As of this recording, Riddle has a quote-unquote stinger and is not medically cleared to have his match with Seth Rollins at SummerSlam. Quote-unquote again. They might keep it as an injury as is, but they might let him fight. So, when I get to that match, if it happens, that will be my prediction. So, let's start off with the match that just recently got added. The Mysterios versus Finn Balor and Damian Priest of the Judgment Day in a no DQ match. Sounds like it's going to be an interesting, hard-hitting match. A lot of weapons probably involved. Edge might make his return here. I don't know. Hell, he might make his return in the championship match. He might make his return against Bobby Lashley. Might make a return against McAfee or Paul. He could return in any one of these matches and everybody would still be happy because it's fucking Edge. But with what happened with the Mysterios on Rey Mysterio's 20th anniversary in WWE, I do believe the Judgment Day will have this one, especially with Rhea being back. Thank God. Glad that her recovery is better. But I do believe that Finn Balor and Damian Priest will have this no DQ match. Next up on the list is Logan Paul versus The Miz. This one has been built up as a bitter feud between the two since WrestleMania, even though they've only been doing like 4 weeks build for it, maybe, if that. But I see Logan Paul taking the victory. This is his first singles match in WWE. His first tag was against the Mysterios, and I do believe that Logan Paul is a better heel than a face, but we could also see him as a face against The Miz, because The Miz is, for all intents and purposes, the all-time heel in wrestling with all the restraints that he has had. So I'm going to take Logan Paul over The Miz, as much as I love The Miz. Raw Women's Championship, a year in the making. Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch. Personally, I hope Bianca wins, only because that if Becky wins, this storyline makes no sense. I mean, it really makes no sense. She had a redemption at WrestleMania, and now she has an even bigger redemption a year later against the woman who cost her the SmackDown Women's Championship last year. Honestly, I'd love to see Bianca win just to shut Becky up, and I do believe that Becky could be one of those mainstays that can just be like the measuring stick of the company for the women's division. Match I'm not really looking forward to, Pat McAfee versus Happy Corbin. I hope Happy Corbin beats Pat McAfee's ass, even though Pat McAfee might win. I hope Corbin kicks his ass pillar to post, up and down, north and south, east and west. I don't like Pat McAfee. I think Pat McAfee is a total tool. I think that do I like him on commentary? He's grown on me. He has on commentary, but I don't like his wrestling ability. Period. Granted, he's a quote-unquote celebrity or a quote-unquote athlete. Yes, he's a kicker, but come on. Pretty much every Pat McAfee match, the only 3 that I've seen, which are the only 3 he's had, are formulaic. It's big dives, big moves. That's it. Spot fest. And I do not care for it. If he does better than that, so be it. But I hope Happy Corbin takes the win. Undisputed Tag Champions. Usos versus Street Profits with Jeff Jarrett as a special guest referee. The only reason Jeff Jarrett's a special guest referee is because we're having it in Nashville, Tennessee. La-di-la. But I think it's time to pull the trigger on Street Profits. Let them become the tag champions. Let them have a run with it till Survivor Series. Maybe even Rumble. Hell, even go as far as Mania. But I do believe it's time to pull the trigger with those two, because I think they are a very entertaining tag team, and you can go far with them as tag team champions as long as you build a division correctly. So I'm going to go with Street Profits for the win. Next up on the list, Bobby Lashley versus Austin Theory. I'm not going to say just Theory because it's stupid. As much as I would love them to push Theory to the fucking moon and back, I think Lashley will take the win on the United States Championship. Let him have the mid-card championship right now. Let him build himself back up again. Theory doesn't need it, being Mr. Money in the Bank, and more on that later. But Theory does not need the United States Championship right now. I do believe Lashley can hold on to it and make it prestigious again, the way that he can wrestle and the way that he can entertain and pull off some great storylines with different wrestlers. So I'm going to go with Lashley for the win. Next up, Women's Championship match for SmackDown. Liv Morgan, who cashed in on her opponent, Ronda Rousey, at Money in the Bank, despite my pleas of not doing it within 24 hours. It's going to be a rematch, and I truly do believe Ronda Rousey will wipe the floor with Liv Morgan. As much as I love Liv and how she has been going up and up and up the card, it's Ronda fucking Rousey. As much as I hate her, realistically, Ronda is going to kill her. There's no way that Ronda Rousey is going to lose to Liv Morgan without outside interference. That is the only way I see that happening. So I'm going to pick Ronda as the win, unfortunately, only because if you look at it realistically, Ronda's going to kill Liv Morgan. But that's besides the point. But that's my pick, is Ronda Rousey. And then last but not least, the main event that they've been building for 2 months. Universal, Unified, Undisputed WWE Champion Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar in a last man standing match. I do believe, and this has been my theory for the longest time, pun intended, Theory is cashing in, and Opinionist even said this on a video a couple weeks back. Let those two do the stage dive into the wires, fireworks all over the place, stage falls on top of them. Ref gets to 3. Theory's music hits, comes out, gives it to the ref, makes it a triple threat, restarts the count at 1. So it's going to be a 13, 20-second count out of 10, because obviously they go 1, and then wait, then 2, then wait, then 3, then wait. They're not getting up. It's going to make both Brock and Roman look strong. It's going to make Theory look like a heel, uncontrollably. But if that doesn't happen, I see Roman taking the win, and I see Roman going to Clash at the Castle to fight Drew McIntyre, and then Theory cashes in on Drew, who would win at Clash at the Castle against Roman, and make him the most sympathetic babyface, and Theory the most dickish heel. Either way, Theory comes out like $1 million, heat and all, and I could not be even happier for him, because I think Theory is the future of the company. I think he is the next it guy to the company. So, with that, those are all my predictions. We'll come back to this video next week. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget, this is also going up on YouTube. So, like, share, and subscribe there. Like, share, and subscribe on TikTok. And please, if you guys have any questions for me, just hit the Q&A. That's all I ask. So, with that, see you guys later.